How's it, everyone? I bet that either you or someone that you know has owned a Discover card sometime in their life. Discover credit cards are popular and common in today's credit card world. But why is that? Well, today I'll be going over why Discover credit cards are so popular. First up, Discover isn't just a credit card company or credit card issuer. It is also a credit card network. That is why at stores you'll see signs that say we accept Visa, Amex, MasterCard, and Discover. The difference here is that Discover only issues their own credit cards. They don't use or go through any other outside banks. Visa and MasterCard, on the other hand, do use outside banks to issue their credit cards. For example, they use banks such as Chase, Bank of America, and Capital One. The other credit card network, American Express, also only issues their own credit cards, so they do not use any other outside banks. This means that Discover has full control of their credit cards from start to finish. This includes the reward multipliers and annual fees of the actual credit cards, but also how that transaction is actually processed. But speaking of Discover credit cards, let's go over them right now. At the time of filming, Discover only offers 7 different credit card products. This doesn't even come close to comparison to some of their competitors, like Chase has 35 credit cards, and even American Express or Amex has 17 credit cards. Despite offering just a small amount of credit cards, why does everyone and their mom own a Discover card? It all comes down to just one credit card in particular, and that's the Discover It Cashback card. Arguably, this is the most popular Discover credit card right now, and it's for a good reason. Pound for pound, it's kind of similar to Chase's Cashback Beast, the Chase Freedom Flex. Both have 5% cashback rotating quarterly categories, and both have no annual fees. Now let me be clear, because I don't want to hurt any Chase fanboys' feelings, like my own. The Chase Freedom Flex card is the better card, hands down. But wait, that's only if you could get approved for one. See, the thing is, Chase credit cards are notoriously hard to get as your first credit card. If you're just starting out on your credit card journey, you have no credit cards, you're probably not going to get approved for a Chase credit card. Even if you are an authorized user on someone else's account and have a slight credit history, you still may be denied. And this is where the superhero of the video comes in, because Discover credit cards are relatively easy to get. Now I say relatively easy to get because you still have to have a decent credit score of mid 600s or higher to get approved for one. The big difference here though is that Discover is not nearly as stingy on the length of credit history as Chase is. This is the reason why most people probably have a Discover credit card. I'm sure that everyone that you know with a Discover credit card, or maybe it's you that has a Discover credit card, probably got it as their first or second ever credit card. And if I'm right, go ahead and click that like button, or if I'm wrong, let me know, because maybe people have never even heard of Discover before. On the real though, if you do have a Discover credit card, I hope that it's not your only credit card, and I'll be going over why in just a second. But I will say now that if you don't have any credit cards yet and you want to get started on your credit card journey, I would highly suggest looking into Discover credit cards, because there's a higher probability that you will be accepted. Then after having that Discover credit card for like half a year or to a year, you'll build up that credit history, and you could then move on to other companies like Chase. Back to the credit cards themselves, if you do have a Discover card, you probably have the Discover It Cashback card, or its sister, the Student Discover It Cashback card. These cards are pretty much identical. They both have that 5% cashback rotating quarterly categories and no annual fees. It's just that for the most part, if you're a student, you probably have the student version. What's interesting though about all the other credit cards that Discover offers is that they all have no annual fees. That's right, no matter which credit card you choose with them, you're not going to be paying an annual fee. Yes, that's a good thing, but at the same time, there's a reason for it. Unfortunately, just like every other credit card company out there are cons of Discover credit cards. Like if you want any sort of benefits or credits that come with your credit cards, do not look into Discover. There are no Discover credit cards that offer things such as Uber credit, food credit, airport lounge access, or even TSA PreCheck or global entry credit. Their credit cards are very plain and simple and straightforward. But hey, I know some people really enjoy simplicity, so Discover cards could be a good fit. You don't have to track any credits or keep up with any benefits on any of these Discover credit cards. And of course, you don't have to worry about getting your money's worth every year because there's no annual fee on any of these cards. After all, these Discover credit cards are more focused towards beginners and those who are just starting on their credit card journey, so it kind of makes sense how simple and straightforward that these cards are. But at the same time, it's like people who their favorite flavor of ice cream is vanilla. Just plain vanilla. No sprinkles, no cone, nothing. Just emptiness. But again, sometimes people like that. So if simplicity is your thing, go with Discover. However, I like a little flavor with my credit cards, so that's why Discover is not really for me. Talking about flavor though, Discover has no taste when it comes to credit card names. I know it's not necessary, it's not essential to have a good name for your credit card products, but at the same time, don't just name your credit cards after what they do. Like Discover It Travel Credit Card, Discover It NHL Credit Card, Discover It Chrome Gas and Restaurant Credit Card. They have all the same Discover It name, just with a different last name. Like I said earlier, there are so little cards to choose from. Discover only has 7 different credit card products, and in reality, people are probably going to choose either 1 or 2 of them over all the others, and it's not even a close comparison. I'm fairly confident that even if Discover just had 1 credit card, the Discover It Cashback card, that they would still be afloat because there's that many people that use that credit card. And if you're looking to expand your credit card collection to have travel credit cards or even credit cards for food, then look beyond Discover. Discover does offer a travel credit card that earns you 1.5 miles on every purchase, and this is kind of similar to the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. But the big difference here is that Discover miles are only worth around 1 cent per point, and you have very limited redemption options for them. Usually the case with travel credit cards or cards with annual fees is that you spend money and you collect credit card points. Those same points can then be used on a bunch of different things, such as booking travel through a travel portal or transferring those points to a travel transfer partner. With Discover, however, you get none of that. There is no Discover travel portal, and Discover has no travel transfer partners. Instead, you could use your Discover miles for things such as cashback, Amazon, PayPal, or statement credit on a recent travel-related purchase. Don't get me wrong, sometimes that's all you really need. For example, you charge a flight on your Discover card and use your Discover miles to get statement credit that will cover that said flight purchase. So boom, that's a free flight. But the problem here is you'll get way more flexibility and way more value from your credit card points with other credit card companies. Like with Chase and Amex, you could easily get point valuations of at least 1.5 cents per point, all the way up to 8 cents per point when you transfer your points to a travel transfer partner. Earlier I said that you should not only have Discover credit cards, and here is why I'm 1000% correct. If you have been paying attention so far, Discover credit cards have very limited potential. They are not the greatest to grow with or use when you are further along your credit card journey. Now I know someone out there with 15 credit cards is going to be like, I just applied for the Discover It cashback card, I find value in them, or something like that. Relax, my guy. Congratulations, but I'm still convinced that there are other credit cards out there that will give you more value than a simple Discover It card. Discover credit cards are really great at one thing and one thing only: to start your credit card journey. But if you want to earn some serious value from your credit cards, I would suggest looking elsewhere. Look past Discover cards. At the end of the day though, Discover is still doing a great job with their credit cards, and they're a pretty successful company, so I'm sure they know what they're doing. And that's why you see so many Discover credit cards out there and why Discover credit cards are so popular. And if you want to see why Citi, Chase, or Amex credit cards are so popular, you could go ahead and binge watch them right there. Also, if you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I would love to see your amazing face again. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Shoots!